But half an hour later, the rat-trap peddler stood again before the door. He did not try to get in. However, he only went up to the window, smashed a pen, stuck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. So at this rat-trap seller, he was a thief as well. So, and he could know all the secrets of this old man and also the place where he kept his money. So, half an hour later, the rat-trap seller returned to the cottage and broke down the window pane, is the window glass, where the pouch hung. He took away the money and kept that money in his pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. He was feeling very pleased that so smartly he had got money. He realized, of course, that at first he dared not continue on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. So as he was a thief and he had stolen money, so he was conscious also. So he realized that to use a public highway could be dangerous for him. That's why he turned off his road into a forest. During the first hour, this caused him no difficulty. It was fine. Later in the day, it became worse, for it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into. This forest was very confusing and now he was not getting any way. He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood. And finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. He tried hard to walk in the right direction, but in vain, as he found himself in the same place again and again. All at once, he recalled his thoughts about the world and the rat trap. So you remember that this world is like a rat trap. So this thought came back to him. He recalled the same idea. Now his own turn had come. His own turn means now he was like a rat, and the temptation of money, the weight of money has trapped him. He had let himself be fooled by a bait and had been caught. The bait was that money which was in the leather pouch in that old man's house, and he was tempted, so he was caught also. The whole forest, with its trunks and branches, its thickets and fallen logs, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison from which he could never escape. Impenetrable means impassable, and thicket means a dense group of bushes. So he was fooled by the bait of money which he had stolen from the old man's house, and this forest seemed like a prison full of trunks and branches. It was like an impassable prison. It was late in December. Darkness was already descending over the forest. So now, as it was the month of December, it got dark early. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom and despair. So as it got dark, his hope of escaping the forest reduced, and the danger to his life increased, and so did his feeling of being hopeless. Despair means hopeless, and gloom means dark or sad feelings. Finally, he saw no way out, and he sank down on the ground, tired to death, thinking that his last moment had come. So when he was too tired to walk, he sat on the ground and was so tired and terrified that he thought this was his last moment. His death was near, he was feeling, and soon he would die. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. Thumping, the sound of some heavy object beating. There was no doubt as to what that was. He raised himself. Those are the hammer strokes from an iron mill. He thought there must be people nearby. He summoned all his strength, got up, and staggered in the direction of the sound. So when he heard a sound and he realized that these sounds were the sounds of hammer strokes from an iron mill, he thought that he could find some people nearby, and with this thought he gathered some strength and started walking with great difficulty towards the direction of the sound to get some help. So the Romco Iron Works